From the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio, this is Northeast Georgia Business Radio. Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and we're coming to you live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. I have with me yet another amazing guest. I have with me the founder, owner, boss lady of Miss Tenn Penn Boutique. I have with me Leah Buffington. Leah, welcome to the Northeast studio.
Hi, Tom. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. I like that introduction.
Yeah? You know, maybe I should do this for a living. Crazy.
I'd listen.
Well, I appreciate that. I need all the listeners I can get. You are the boss lady.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. It's exciting. Miss Tenn Penn.
Miss Tenn, T-E-N-N.
T-E-N-N-P-E-N-N.
Right. Boutique.
We are completely online, 100%.
Online boutique.
Yes.
But now there's got to be messages behind the name.
There are.
Talk to me.
So fun, too.
Talk to me.
That's true, yes. Well, I'm a Southern girl, born and raised.
No, really?
I know, can't you tell?
No,
Somebody the other day asked me if I was from Alabama. I said, no, I'm from Mississippi. I don't know how they could tell the difference, but
I couldn't tell, but
right.
You're not from Boston.
No, it's very Southern.
You are a Southern girl.
South Mississippi, near Laurel.
But now you're from Mississippi, but not T-E-N-N. That's Tennessee.
That's right.
But now we get a taste of the Northeast, P-E-N-N. Is that Pennsylvania?
It is.
So you've just been everywhere.
I have.
Where have you not been? It'll be a quicker story.
Well, I've only been in Georgia for a couple of months, but I'm happy to be here.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we landed in Jefferson in early November. We actually were here for Halloween. That was fun. In our neighborhood, we have 3 young children. So
now, where did you come from when you got to Georgia? What was your last point of origin?
home,
I don't know.
yeah, Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now does it snow at Halloween in Pittsburgh?
It does. It's
that's
very
what I figured.
cold. Yes.
You trick or treat in the snow.
Yeah, with coats and hats and gloves covering your costume so nobody knows who you are. It's very cold. Yeah, when we left late October, I did not pack our big heavy coats because we were already wearing them.
Right.
And just threw them in our suitcases to get down here because it would take a couple days for the truck to get here and us to unload. Yeah. And then we got here and we did not need our heavy coats.
No.
In October in Georgia. So
no, not at all.
But that was fine with us. We spent 10 years in the Knoxville, Tennessee area.
Okay, that's where the 10 comes from.
10, and the name, and then 2 years in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and decided we were ready to get closer to home and landed here in Georgia.
And here you are.
Yeah, we've loved
it.
it.
You picked a good spot.
We picked a great spot,
yeah, you
Tom.
did.
I think we picked
I'm a little biased,
best.
Jackson County, Jefferson. I've been a Jefferson guy for over 25 years now. They're going to grandfather me in eventually. I swear they will. I know they will. They have to. But now, boutique is fashion, right? We'll talk about the boutique here in a second. We want to know all about you. But now, you do sell fashions. We'll talk more about it. You do sell women's fashions.
Yes.
Now, curiosity, I'm a dude, okay? For me, fashion is blue jeans and a shirt that doesn't have a stain on it. I mean, call it what it is, right? Now, is fashion taste different in Tennessee as it would be in Pennsylvania and or state of Georgia?
It's a little more relaxed.
Where?
Down in the South. In
down here.
Tennessee,
because we don't
Georgia,
get cold all the time.
Yep, that's right. And
I'm serious. Yeah. So now your background really isn't fashion, though.
That's right. I have 12 plus years of work in higher education.
Higher education.
Yeah. So the University of Tennessee, there in Knoxville, that was my home base for a little over 10 years.
You're a Vol.
I bleed orange.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Maybe I shouldn't say that here in Georgia.
It's recorded now. No, we still like you, sure. Uh-huh.
Oh, Knoxville, if you haven't been. Have you been?
It has been over 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Since I went to Knoxville. I played in a national chess tournament in high school.
Really?
Yeah, and finished, where did we finish? 13th in the nation. Something like that.
That's impressive.
I don't know. Not really. But
well, it's a great place. So
I don't remember it.
We completely loved it. Fell in love with that area. You have the mountains.
Yeah.
You have lakes and rivers, the university. Knoxville is growing, but it still has that small town feel. The downtown area is vibrant, and so it was a great place to live and to work. And so, yeah, I cut my teeth in the College of Engineering there. It's called the Tickle College of Engineering, and then transitioned to the Haslam College of Business. Just fell in love with academia, and it's so important that students are there, and we have the capacity as staff and faculty to change their lives.
Yeah.
And then they graduate and they go on to change
more lives
Hopefully all over the world. Better. That's right. So I love that. And then when we moved to Pennsylvania, I had the opportunity to work at Carnegie Mellon University. And so I led a PhD program, had 90 students who were earning their PhD in human-computer interaction.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so a fantastic opportunity to work with those students who came from all over the world. And then they graduate and go home, and, we spread that energy to, their friends and family all over. So that was a great opportunity. So I love higher ed so much so that I'm working on a PhD.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Big graduation party?
Well, I've still got a ways to go, but I hope so.
I'm always looking for a party.
Well, when I get there, I'm going to invite you.
I always invite myself. It's just what I do. That's what people in Georgia do. Yeah. No, but seriously, now, a long time in academia, what pulled you away from that?
The move, the transition down south here. Okay. Yeah, just, we have 3 young children.
Right.
My husband is Brock, and once we got here, he was busy. He transitioned out of a big corporation to a smaller company.
Right.
So he was getting his feet wet with his new company, and I was our move coordinator and getting children enrolled in school.
I can only imagine.
We had over 500 boxes to unpack. And
wow.
We filled up a truck, an 18-wheeler and a half.
With stuff. Wow.
Yeah, and I'm cleaning out too, yeah, so that's a full-time job.
Yeah,
but just to be home, have the opportunity to be home with the children during the transition and to get our house settled. But it's been a perfect opportunity for me to embark on my dream, and it was to open this boutique.
The boutique.
Yeah, so it's just been a great time. I have appreciated some downtime from not being a full-time employee at a job and just being a full-time, business owner, which honestly has been really, really fun and exciting. But I did not anticipate that it would be as busy and some of the challenges as well. So it has been a learning and growing time for sure.
I can imagine it is. We're going to take a real quick break, get in a community partner, and then I've got to know all about all those lessons that you've learned. And we're going to finally really talk about the boutique itself.
Sounds good.
Crazy, ain't it? Folks, we'll be right back. One of our great community partners is True Vista Communications. True Vista provides a full spectrum of services, all your communication and entertainment needs, including internet, video, voice including wireless, and security and home automation. Their dedicated professionals are always on hand to help you with setup, installation, and ongoing customer service to ensure your family has everything they need to succeed. With True Vista Internet, you can enjoy reliable, high speeds, and premium Wi-Fi with 100% whole home coverage. With better performance and better reliability, True Vista Internet helps you stay in touch with your loved ones. Visit TrueVista.net today for area availability. And while you're at it, visit our new website, negabrx.com, to see all our great community partners. Leah, you still there?
I'm here.
There you are. There you are. There you are. All right. Miss Tenn Penn Boutique. It's women's apparel, right? Women's apparel boutique.
Correct.
Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So clothes, accessories like shoes and jewelry, purses.
Women's stuff.
Yeah. And then I have some home items, some pretties for your house, and decorations, and then some gift items too. Some fun things.
So when us guys like mess up and we need brownie points,
Yeah.
We can go to your website.
Call me. Come see me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll just call you. I won't even go to the website.
There you go.
Now, what drove you to women's apparel and all the things you just named off? Because, I mean, boutique could technically be anything. You could have a car boutique. You could have a pet boutique.
That's true. So I have 2 little girls.
Right.
Vanna is 11 and Roxy is 8. And initially, my thought process was I wanted a place for them, somewhere for us to be able to easily have access to clothing items for little girls.
Okay.
We are on the cusp of the tween and the teen.
Yeah, you are. That's right.
Have you encountered this before?
What, 11 years old? Or?
Yeah. Little girls that are...
No, I am an uncle. I'm a great
There
uncle.
you go.
Literally and figuratively, I'm a great uncle.
Congratulations. So
Yeah.
it is becoming harder to find fashionable items for these little girls that doesn't come, Tom, from a big box store.
Gotcha.
And so I wanted to have access for them. And then I thought, well, they have many friends and there's so many more in our community that could hopefully benefit from this. However, that's been a challenge that I've encountered. It's hard to find wholesalers that sell those specific sizes and items.
Really?
Yeah, for that age group. So women's sizes is more easily accessible, and so that's what we are going with now. But hopefully in the future, those younger tween sizes will be on the horizon. I have wanted to do this for several years, and it just hasn't ever been the right time.
Timing is everything.
It is. And Brock said when we landed here, he said in January, he said, just do it. I think that this is really a good time.
This is the time.
Yeah. And so I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. My dad had his own business for many, many years. That's what he did. And Brock's father was an entrepreneur. My mother is right now. And so we have that kind of spirit.
It's in your blood.
We do. We have that spirit.
The DNA.
In us. And another aspect of this, Tom, is that I wanted to show my children that hard work pays off. And you can be, as a woman, you can be a wife, you can be a mother, you can have a degree or 2, and you can be a business owner and you can be successful, but it's not easy. And I wanted to see them to see that. And they come home and they'll ask me after school, like, Mom, how did it go today? Or did you make a sale? Or, what do you have in the store? And they are excited about it. And I want them to be excited and I want them to be a part of it. So hopefully in the future, I could have one of them helping me with a business, or both of them, and they're running things, and I would love to give them that gift of entrepreneurialism, business, be business minded, and to know how to communicate to people, how to respond to people, and just to be a professional woman in the working world.
Some life lessons.
Absolutely.
That will translate beyond business.
Right.
Very important.
Yeah, and I think that's important for children to learn.
Oh, it is. Well, communication in general has become a lost art, I'm afraid. Well, we walk around with many computers in our hands all day.
Right. Exactly.
And we're all guilty. I'm guilty.
And beyond that, Tom, really, Brock and I love being part of our community. This business has been so instrumental in helping me and him become more ingrained in the Jackson area.
Nice.
So he actually encouraged me to join the Chamber of Commerce. And so I did that in late February, and that has been one of the best decisions that I've made. Outside of running the business, I've met people that have become true friends.
You build that network.
Yeah, it's
not just business-wise,
Right.
People you can lean on.
Exactly. And that's the kind of people that we are, and that's the kind of people that we want to meet and we want to impact in our community. We've also become involved in our neighborhood with the PTO at our children's school, and so having this business has kind of given me an opportunity to extend those networks and make those connections that I wouldn't have had otherwise.
A little icebreaker.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. You ought to own a studio. I'm telling you, it's all kinds of icebreakers. Sometimes, boom, I just fall through the ice myself.
Well, that's how you and I met.
It is.
Yeah.
At a chamber event.
That's right.
And the host there was horrible, too. Wow. Self-deprecation. I got to know I know there's lessons learned, right? about just being a business person, a businesswoman, a business leader, self-employed, all these wonderful phrases. At the end of the day, the buck has to stop with you. Pearls of wisdom. What have you learned? What's been maybe the biggest bite of the apple?
Ooh,
That's not a fair question.
it's a good question. So I've learned two things that come to my mind immediately. And one is, and I'll say this because I would say that I expected my best friends to be my best customers.
Yeah.
And they aren't.
Yeah.
And that's okay. So I kind of had to process that.
You got to get over that a little bit. I've been there. I've been there a long time ago. I've been there. It's like, hey, look at me. I'm in business. And everyone's like, okay.
Yeah.
So?
Right. And you're putting your heart and soul
Yeah.
into it every day, and you
Yeah.
expect them to be very excited and to buy in, and they're busy and they don't, or they don't maybe want to make that, like pull the trigger with that.
Well, they're going to. They just never seem to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're fixing to, or they're about to.
Yeah.
But they never quite. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. And
That's
so
frustrating. Yeah.
it can be, but my best customers have been strangers, and that their purchase or they're willing to make that investment with Miss Tenn Penn has meant so much to me. Mm-hmm. And so that has been surprising, and that's been really good. And I'll just be transparent, another issue is that I sometimes don't see the quality, or I don't get to feel items because I'll have them shipped directly from the wholesaler to my customers. And then I'm missing out on that being that middle person. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not able to vet some of the pieces. And I've had to go back and refund customers because once I realize, or they'll show me, or maybe I'll order that item for myself and I'll get it in. And I've been like, oh, this is not what I expected, and this is not the quality that I want to be known for. And so I'll go back and refund their money. And so that's been a lesson learned from me as well, to be very careful, very specific on which brands that I carry and promote, which wholesalers I use, and to make some different business decisions along those lines.
It shows you actually care.
Right. I do care, but it has been an expensive.
I imagine at times it can be.
Expensive caring.
Expensive caring.
But you're right, and I have those conversations with those customers. I have had them that it's not an easy conversation to have, because you really just kind of have to say, oh, I need to apologize to you because this is not what I want to be known for. But I have learned, Tom, that they respect you for that decision, and they'll come back.
Yeah.
And they buy again.
This is horrible to say, but it's true. And if there's always going to be that one, right? For every one that really gives you a really bad time, you can go find 5 customers that won't.
Right.
And I mean that.
Yeah.
I always, being self-employed my whole life, right? It would never fail. I would talk to 10 customers a day, and they're wonderful, and they love what we're doing, and they're fantastic. But then you'd have that one that just had to get it out. Mm-hmm. And that's the one you'd be thinking about all night at dinner, all night taking a shower. The next morning, that'd be the one you'd be thinking about. Forget the other 10 that love you.
Yeah.
So you gotta leave that one in the back. Just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Just let them go.
Just let it go. Yeah.
Go find those other 10.
Right.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah. And that's a maturity thing too.
That comes with time. That comes with time.
Yeah, exactly. You have to just say, okay, forget about that. And
I'm an old man, so I got a bunch of time on you.
I bet you have a lot of business stories.
Oh, I have crazy stuff. I went into people's homes. So yeah, that's a podcast.
That's another day.
That would probably
I'll come back.
That podcast would probably have a parental warning on it to begin with or something. But anyway, I got millions of stories. All right, Leo, I got to ask you the unfair question. Where's this going? What is the future of Miss Tenn Penn? What's the future of Leah Buffington?
That's a great question, Tom.
It's not fair, but you're used to me by now.
Yeah. I've finished with my coursework, and so right now I am completing the research portion of a PhD in higher education administration from the University of Tennessee. Yeah. So
just can't leave it.
I can't.
Wow.
So I am focused on women in leadership. So I've put a lot of time and energy and research into trying to figure out why women sometimes aren't as successful as we could be in academia, but also that transcends all industries across all businesses and corporations. Women are earning more master's degrees and PhD degrees than men. We control the spending in the United States. I mean, we spend money, Tom, but sometimes it's hard for us to reach those top tier leadership positions in businesses and in academia. We just get kind of stuck at a certain point. And I've been studying this for a long time. One of my motivations was my little girls to complete my PhD, because research shows that at the age of 10, for a little girl, whatever career level their mother is at that point becomes the norm to that child.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And so my mother was a very hard worker. She was able to be a successful wife, mother, employee all at the same time and make it look easy, right? And have a hot meal on the table every night.
Backwards in high heels.
Yes,
yeah.
of course, all the things. I wanted my children to be able to look at me and say, okay, Mom was a wife, a good mother. She had an education. She had a business, or was successful in higher ed, whatever the case may be, and to be proud of that and to know that they could do that as well. And so moving forward, for me personally, is to finish my degree, to finish my research, which I'm really passionate about. And if we meet on the street, more than likely that conversation will come up, because I'm so passionate about it, Tom. And I recognize that this is an area that affects so many people. Almost everybody we know has a wife, a mother, a child, a sister, a daughter that has struggled with trying to maintain that work-life balance. We want to be successful, but we may have a young child at home that needs care, or an elderly parent that needs care. And so maintaining that work-life balance and being an example for others, for other women, my mom friends, the women in our community is important to me. For Miss Tenn Penn is just to continue to grow, to offer more items for the boutique, and to get out there and to meet people in the community and in the area, and to really make an impact. We're going to be giving back to the community. We're going to be investing in the school and just being a really good community partner, and that's important to me.
I hear you. I could see you run for office.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying. Very well spoken, young lady.
Thank you.
Is there a website? I know there's a website.
MissTennPenn.com.
And that's 10 TENN, Penn PENN, like the states. MissTennPenn.com. You're on social media.
Yes. Facebook and Instagram.
The Insta. And what is that? Just Miss Tenn Penn?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Leah, before we get out of here, what else would you like to say to the folks? I give you the mic.
I am so grateful to be in this area, Tom, and to meet people in the Jackson County area. It's been just a delight and a pleasure for me and my family. The people here are warm, Southern, just like us, have really embraced our family. And so I'm so grateful for that. And with Miss Tenn Penn, I would love the opportunity to meet even more people and to have the chance to get to know them, to help them shop, pick out beautiful items for their closet, for their home, for their gifts. And that's really important to me, is to be able to not only meet people, but to help people too. And that's something that with this business, I really wanted to have the opportunity to give people an easy access. Forget online, big box online, or even big box stores in person. Like, this is an opportunity for me to really help people purchase specific gifts that are special and that are unique to them and to their lifestyle. And so I look forward to meeting so many more new people and making lifelong customers from friends in the community.
Well, Leah, if we got it all in, thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
And good luck with the boutique. Let's see, a unique Georgia boutique or something like that.
That's right.
Unique Georgia boutique. They're going to play music, then I got to wrap up. And There it goes. Leah, thank you so much. Folks, check out MissTennPenn.com. Check out what Leah's doing. If you see her walking down the street, say hi to her, and she'll tell you all about all her adventures. Folks, I'm Tom Sheldon. We'll talk to you soon.